Today we'll try to light an interview with only these two cases. All right, so we got our camera over here. We have Leon here, who we're going to be interviewing today. And then this is what we're working with in terms of lighting. So we got the Godox MS60R 4K kit, which is basically a 4-light kit of these 60-watt RGB lights from Godox. And they come with a ton of different options. So like, for example, with power, I can take this off and put on this battery, and now it's a battery-powered light. What I can also do, which is really cool, is if I want to screw this into like a household E27 socket, there's this adapter right here that I can just, and now I can just get screwed onto any household socket. I can also take off this yoke right here. And then from here, I can also take off this reflector and add heaps of different modifiers on top of the light. So if we go onto this case right here, this is where all the modifiers are. So up here, we have the different soft boxes, barn doors up top. Then we have this right here, which is a zoom lens that goes on top of the light. So we can zoom the light in and out. We have this parabolic reflector, which basically gives me a 5-degree beam angle when I fully expand it, and then I can also collapse it for storage. And then we have this bubble diffuser, which is also fully made out of silicone. And so it can expand to be like this, or we can also kind of collapse it into a half dome, and then also fully collapse it for storage. And then we also have these different lenses right here. So we got like a tilt shift lens, we've got a 36-degree, we've also got one that's going to give you like a square light, and these are all fully magnetic, so they will just snap on top of the light. And so the challenge for today is, can we light this interview with only what's inside of these two boxes? So let's find out. All right, so first things first, we're going to find our frame right here. So we got the camera, so we'll have him looking directly into the camera. So for starters, we're going to start with the key light. So why don't you get us power for this light right here? And we're just going to take this conveniently placed stand. And so I think for a key light, what I will want is the softbox. So this right here is the SS11, and it's a circular softbox that we have right here. So if you see right here, we already have it set up with a softbox as well as a grid. And so the trick when doing these is to go opposite. So once you put in one side, then you want to put in the opposite side. And that way it makes the whole process of building the softbox a whole lot easier. All right, now that we built the softbox, we will start by putting it on our light. So I can just take off this reflector right here and then snap this on right here. And Leon's got our power. And then we'll turn on the light. Like so, and there's our first stroke. And so we'll raise it up a little bit. Okay, and so this is now kind of our first stroke. So this is now a great start for us right here. So now if we take the light meter right here, we can get a good measurement of where we are. And so we're about almost A2, which is right where we want to be. So this is a great starting point for this whole setup right here. Before we set up our next light, I want to show you a really cool feature first. And that is, in order to control these lights, we can actually use our phone. But instead of having to go into the settings and do a whole Bluetooth reset, all of these lights actually have a NFC chip installed inside of them. So what I can do is I can literally just come up to the light here, scan it, and it's already connected. And now from here, I can adjust my brightness. I can also go inside and adjust my kelvins and everything else. Okay, for our second light, we're going to light the background now. So what I think I want to use for this is we're going to go with our second one. As Leon over here found out, is we have no power up there. So we'll actually pop on one of these batteries right here. And then I think I'll want to use the parabolic reflector actually. And so first up, we'll put on this Fresnel lens right here. And then on top of the Fresnel lens, we'll grab one of these parabolic reflectors and we'll expand it. And then just put that on top of here. Turn it on. And so you can see right here how this gives us this super spotted beam of light, which is going to look really great from all the way up there. I'm focusing. You see how focused that is? But so before I hand off this light to Leon, I'm going to do another NFC ad. So again, just tap it on top of here and let the light connect. And now Leon, I hand it off to you to light up our background. So as you can see, they're all the way up there, setting up the light on top of this balcony. And now let's see how that looks inside the camera. And yeah, that looks great. All right, for a third lamp, what I want to do is I want to simulate what we just did with this background light, but give a little bit of that backlight onto Leon. The reason why we're doing a separate lamp is because the lamp that we put up top is lighting up this right side portion of the venue. And so with this one, we'll try to give Leon like a nice kicker. It's almost like we're extending the light up top with this one right here. So I think for this one, we'll just go with the reflector already on it. And then what we'll probably need is a set of barn doors right here to put on so that we can cut it a little bit from the seats. And we'll give Leon another battery right here. And try to tilt it down now so we're hitting the backside of Leon's head. Yeah, exactly like that. Perfect. I like the look of that. So now we'll use a light meter again. People often wonder why you want a light meter if you can just use the camera's false color. This is perfect for setting your ratios. So you can see exactly, let's say here, I know where my key light is, and now I can see also here where my backlight is. So I've got about a stop difference between the two, which is exactly what I want. So now looking at this, the only thing I don't quite like yet is that I feel like the shadows on his face are a little too strong. So what we'll want to do with our fourth light is we'll give him a little bit of a fill. So the way we're going to do that is we'll grab the fourth one and we'll use the bubble diffuser. And so why this bubble diffuser is really great for something like this is your eye is circular. And so any light that you place in front of a subject is going to reflect in their eyes. And so with a circular light, instead of having, a rectangular one, is that the reflection is actually going to be really natural. And so I think the way I'm actually going to set this up is a little bit unorthodox. Let's just put it over here and see if that works. And now as you can see, this is way too strong. So we'll first up add the light to our Godox app. And so now we'll dim it down a bit and we'll also make it a little bit warmer. And I think having it at maybe like just 10% is going to be enough to fill in those shadows. So you can see right here, with and without, fills it in quite nicely. All right, just to run you through it one more time. So we have our key light right here with a softbox. This one's at 5,000 Kelvin, so a little bit warmer than what our camera is set to, and it's at 100%. Then we have our eye light here, which is just to fill in those shadows a little bit. This one's actually running at only 3%, and we also set it to about like 5,000 Kelvin. And then for the back, we have the parabolic diffuser up on the balcony, which is giving us this nice shaft of lighting right across the seats. And lastly, the backlight that's just giving him this little kicker on the side of his face. And there you have it, a whole interview lit with just what's inside of the MS60R 4K case. I want to give a big thank you to Leon over here, who's our model for the day, another Leon, who was our gaffer for the day, Tutko, who's behind the camera, and also the theater, our local theater here, who let us use their space. If there's any other lighting setups like this that you guys would like us to do and kind of give us a challenge, let us know in the comments and we'll do our best to make another one of these. Anyways, we'll see you guys next time.